should be live. I'm sorry for being a little bit late tonight. Just, a typical Monday. Chaos. Also, I got a terrible migraine. So, bear with me. It kind of just sprung on me at the last, 30 minutes. So I wasn't really prepared for that. So, alright, we shall get started. We will do our typical intro to the live stream. This is a no-nonsense channel. So if you are here with drama or chaos or whatever shenanigans we do not want here, I have a list of moderators in the chat that will boot you right out. I hope it doesn't come to that, but if they do, they're so good at their job, they will boot you out before I even get a chance to know you're even here. As well, there is a list of links in the description below that you can find me in different places. The very tippy top is PayPal. If you feel like donating, that will help me out to grow the channel. If you don't, that's still okay. I'm glad you're here. And that's the moral of the story. Right after that is a list of different places you can find me from. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the above you can find me. And I try to give you guys something every day. Whether it's just funny memes, videos, just random stuff. As well as I just discovered that, what was it? I lost my train of thought there. That YouTube has YouTube Shorts. I'm gonna try to upload, one every day for you guys, as well as getting on a schedule of live streaming and videos, and hopefully more to come with that. Right now, I'm currently setting up an area with, for which that I can get back in front of the camera and do stuff in front of the camera with y'all, but I have my own little area that would just be for, in front of the camera. Trying to think. I guess I need to go to the chat and see how you guys are doing. So, tell me, how was your weekend and how is your Monday? I'm sorry if I'm a little bleh. I'm trying my best to be kind of funny, but, eh. So, leave comments below. How are you guys doing? How was your weekend? What's new? Looks like in the chat we have Outrum, we have Minty, Evil Outcast, General, Sleeping Wendigo, okay. I'm gonna be honest, Minty, I just read your comment. Who comes to these things thinking they're gonna be a jerk, you'll be surprised. I'm just gonna be honest with that. Who hit Lone Wolf the other night? I'm missing something. Hey, Cool Cat, how are you? You guys can hear me good, right? Because I'm not sure how far this live stream is behind compared to what I'm saying. My internet connection's pretty big. I don't know, guys. I have a list of things planned. Not sure what you guys think, but I'm thinking about, since I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I've announced this all over social media, and I think I've even announced it in maybe my last live stream. I started a new job last Friday, and I will have to admit that it was a great Friday, great first day. Today's my second day. And, I'm sorry. This is my second day And I kind of have my volume low because apparently somebody's in the living room watching television, and it's so loud that I'm pretty sure you can probably hear it. I'm sending one of my little minions in to tell a person to turn the TV down, because I mean it is super duper loud. Okay, good. You guys can hear me pretty good. But anyway, I had my second day today of my new job, and it was actually really good. This will be my first full week at work, and if the whole week goes like today, I'm gonna be honest with you, I will enjoy this job. It's gonna be one of those fun jobs. I mean, everybody knows that I'm a vet tech now, so I quite literally take care of animals all day, and I'm like a animals nurse. So it's really awesome. I really enjoy the job. I enjoy the hours so far. I enjoy the people I work with. Okay, who is the sock guy? I see that mentioned twice in the chat. Is this some new creeper following around, bugging people now? Just wait a second. I'm sorry. I'm getting some sweet tea, because my throat's killing me. I had bronchitis a couple weeks back, and it's still kind of kicking my butt right now. But getting back to just real quick, because I'm 12 minutes in, and I'm fixing to start the actual live stream of the video. I lost my train of thought. I completely lost my train of thought. Way to go, me. I lost my train of thought, so I must not have been important with what I was saying. I booted the bot. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with Minty. What is the sock guy, and what is his name do they use? Because please tell me it's not Lord No-Nos. Is that Sock Poppet or something like that? He comments sock over and over. I could have fun with that. I'm just gonna be quite blunt. I could have fun with that. Probably a little too much fun. Well, anyway, I think I was talking about my new job. I'm so super excited to start my new job that what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to do like true horror stories that have to do with work. Just to kind of commemorate the first real week of a new job. And I hopefully that kind of goes with you guys, because this live stream is a little bit slower than I'm used to on a Monday. But in all fairness, I did not hype this live stream up like I usually do on Mondays and Fridays, because it was touch and go the last hour. I honestly didn't know if I was going to live stream tonight, because I wasn't feeling real great. So are you guys okay with true scary horror stories based upon work? Hello, Dexter. How are you? I'm not sure how long I'll live stream tonight, but I'm gonna try to live stream and keep it going. I believe this I think this is behind a good deal, so I'll say stuff and it's like a good bit later somebody comments what I asked. So I may here in a second, guys, go on and start reading, which means I won't be able to look at the chat while I'm reading because I'm using my cell phone to do the chat and to read stories. So if I don't comment anything, it's because I'm not reading the chat, I'm reading stories. Moderators, you guys are going to have to pay attention for me because I'm going to be like out of the chat for a good bit. And like I said, I'm sorry for all the coughing, but struggling tonight. Alright, we should be getting ready to go. And we shall begin. Did you ever notice when we were kids, we used to share scary stories with our friends? And more often than not, we would exaggerate just a little bit, or maybe a whole lot, to make the story a little juicier, a little scarier, a little darker. But now, as grown-ups, we still have some scary tales to tell, only this time they come from the workplace. And maybe, just maybe, they're 100% real. So, sit back, sit by my fire, enjoy, and let's begin. Number 1. When you must never, ever chicken out. A few years ago, I took a marketing position in a UK-based company. After a brief training, I realized that I had to carry a wooden sign in a supermarket every day and stand there and promote various products. There was no specific time schedule. I could say there as long as I wanted, so long as I reached my sales goal. At the end of the day, we would all gather at the company's office. Our manager would step in while the speakers played the song Pretty Green Eyes at maximum volume, and then the show would begin. We would ring a bell and have a cheery round of applause for everyone who reached their goals. But what about those who had almost reached them? And I mean almost reached them. We would form a circle, and that person would stand in the middle and act like a chicken, because apparently they chickened. We would form a circle, and the person would stand in the middle and act like a chicken, because apparently they chickened out instead of hitting their targets. Oh, and if anyone's phone rang in the middle of this show, they immediately have to do 10 push-ups. Okay, that's not exactly what I was thinking. I thought this was going to be like horror stories, so I'm not really sure what happened with this. But anyway, I guess I should have said scary, humiliating stories. That one was not very creepy. It's cringy. I'm just gonna say that it's cringy. Because I mean, if I worked a job like that, that might almost borderline be as bad as the job I just left. Man, I'm not gonna lie about that one. Oh. I'm gonna real quickly read the chat, well, because that story's not what I was thinking, so I'm hoping the next one isn't, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 0, because that's not really what I thought it was. It's more cringy than scary. So, we're gonna go ahead and real quickly go to another one to kind of hopefully beef it up. The next story is entitled, I'm Going to Kill All of You. Working in a restaurant at 2:30 a.m., some dude shows up and is just watching us through the front window. Seemed drunk at first. I ignored him for a few minutes and turned back around, and he had a huge rock in his hands and lifted it above his head and slams it against the window, shattering the outside layer. He then looks directly at us and says, I'm going to kill all of you. We dialed the police immediately and armed ourselves with kitchen knives. He wandered back to his car and sped off. The cops got there maybe 8 minutes later, which seemed like an hour later, and couldn't find the guy. We were robbed at gunpoint a few nights later. I just walked out and never went back. Okay. I'm just going to say this now. If I was working this job, well, first of all, I'm going to give that one an 8. I'm going to say this. If I was working this job at 2:30 in the morning and some crazy guy starts slamming a huge freaking rock into the window and yells at all of us he's going to kill us, I would have walked out that night. As soon as the police got there, I would literally have got up and walked out. I wouldn't waited another couple of nights or days or years or months, whatever you want to say. I would have walked out right then and there. Because that is scary. And to think that this person made it through this guy with a huge freaking rock and then a couple nights later made it through gunpoint, I applaud you. I applaud you. So what do you guys think? What would you rate it? What would you do if you were in this situation? Because like I said, guys, I honestly I just I've been in some pretty scary work situations, and I could probably tell you a couple from my own experience, which I may actually do a video pretty soon, and do scary work related. Yes, outrun them. I would be the same way. I'd be like, I'm out. See ya. Hey, Kyle, how are you? I don't know, Evil. I would pretty much leave him alone. I wouldn't, no. Um, Cool Cat's like, I would have stayed. I don't know. I've had some pretty bad work experiences like that. Minty, you're right. I'd leave as soon as possible. Me, I would get my gun. I'm sorry, Outrun, I have to read this like a Dragon Ball Z abridged. I'm gonna do what every good American would do. Get my gun. Hey, Kyle, how are you? I think I may have said that already. I don't know if I asked you how you were doing. I keep forgetting this. I think this has a pretty good big delay tonight. So just bear with me if I reference stuff more than once or ask the same questions more than once. Anyway. Alright, I'm gonna get out of the chat for a second and go back to reading a story. Now, these stories aren't really long. I picked kind of shorter ones tonight, so, because you know how true stories are. They're either extremely long or extremely short. The next story is entitled Guerrilla Mind Games. Okay, I work nights at as a zookeeper. Sometimes we have to check in on the gorillas in their indoor holding. You walk down a dark hallway, Okay, guys, my daughter says hi with her Roblox. Please mute your Roblox because I don't want to get copyright striked. Alright, let's try this again because that scared me, horrified me, and made my butthole clench thinking I was going to get copyright striked on that one. Anyway, back to what I was doing. The next story is entitled Gorilla Mind Games. I work nights as a zookeeper. Sometimes we have to check on the gorillas in the indoor holding. You walk down a dark hallway, maybe 6 feet from their enclosure. All you have is a flashlight, and it's sometimes after midnight. Your goal is to check on each gorilla to make sure they are okay. The gorilla's goal is to scare the ever-loving crap out of you. It's a game for them to get you to scream. They love hiding behind walls, sneaking up on you, and then bellowing out as loud as they can right next to you. It's a fun game for them, but not so much for you when you have to go to the bathroom and clean yourself up. Haunted houses have nothing on gorilla jump scares. Okay. I started to chuckle and think that was funny until I started picturing what it would be like if I was in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that one a 7 because I guess it's short and there's not much to it. But hey Becky, how are you? Yes, Dexter, you are right. Abridged series are awesome. Oh, I'll give that one a 7. Because, I mean, just the fact that now picture this. It's dark. You're walking down dark hallways with just a flashlight, so it has minimal visibility. You're looking for the gorillas to check on each and individual one. And they're hiding and wait for you to get right on them when they make out a loud, scary sound. That sounds like you're in Silent Hill. I don't know how much that job pays, but it better pay 15 plus to have that done to you every night at midnight. I quite literally would never go to a haunted house. Never. Ever if I worked that job. Just point blank, be honest. Nope. Nope, not a nip nudie. I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay. Oh, you're doing awesome, Becky. I'm glad to hear that. I'm not too bad. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I had bronchitis a couple weeks ago, and it's kicking my butt. It's got my asthma acting up, and this weather, Alabama, for some reason, decided that it was going to go through menopause and give all of us all 4 seasons in just a short amount of time. And my poor head and lungs are just, it's over winter. I'm ready for summer. I'm sorry. I'd rather have a steady warmth than this weird hot, cold, extreme cold, snow, tornadoes, floods, monsoons, and probably next is the biblical plagues. So, I'm over this. I'm over it. I'm dropping my microphone. No, I won't drop you my microphone. It's okay. Don't give me that look. And just say I'm over it. Because, like, I went outside today to handle some stuff with the animals outside. And I was like, at first I was like, oh, this feels nice. And then 2 seconds later, I'm like, oh, I can't feel my skin no more. So yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm over this season. Done, over, nada, zip, nudie. Yes, evil gorillas are a-holes. Do you really have to have a degree to work in a zoo? Just as like a keeper? So is there like a college course saying Zookeeper 101? I mean, literally, like, hey guys, I decided that my career is going to be a zookeeper. I'm going to go to school and take Zookeeper 101 for 4 years. And I'm totally being a total a-hole on this one. Oh my gosh, okay, Outrun. Apparently the southern states are just having some issues. I don't know. It's sort of like Mother Nature is just like, oh, guys, I'm just going to tell you this now. Y'all are effed. Good luck. We have turned into the Hunger Games. Only with weather. Well, that's awesome, Becky. We're that close to each other, because you can totally relate to weather. Then you can relate to a lot of stuff since we're this close. And oh wow, Wendigo. At zoos, chimps are listed as kill on sight if they escape. So are they like convicts? You know, like if somebody tries to escape a prison, they get shot. That's kind of sad. That made me kind of sad. Minty, I'm being kind of a jerk. I mean, I guess I could see you needing a degree to be a zookeeper, depending. Like, I guess for me, I was thinking zookeeper is like these people just walk around checking on the animals and give them food, you know. I didn't think about maybe the zookeepers have a bigger job, like maintaining the animals, giving them medicine, and stuff like this. I'm kind of being a little bit of a jerk, and I didn't mean to. Oh wow, Outram, you had 10 inches of snow. We had 4 to 6 inches of snow, and it was actually rather pleasant because it wasn't extremely cold. So it was it's crazy. Yes, Becky, may the odds ever be in your favor. Wow, so zookeepers have a bachelor's degree in life science, which includes biology, zoology, and coursework, but some employees may accept an associate degree. Wow, that's crazy. So now when people go to zoos and make fun of the zookeepers, you're actually making fun of somebody who has went probably anywhere from 4 to 6 years of college to make sure the zoo is maintained properly. Makes you kind of think next time you're making fun of somebody, how many years of college they've had while working that job. It makes sense. Oh well, Wendigo, that does make sense. I guess you would have to kill them if tranquilizers just pissing them off. Alright, I'm gonna get back to the next story. The next story is entitled Dead Body. Did 2 weeks overnight as a favor to my store manager. Went outside to let a member of staff in and saw a body on the floor by the ATM. It was a very cold night, so I went in and checked on him, thinking he was homeless. Nope. It was a dead body. Turned out he had a heart attack while he went to the ATM to Turned out he had a heart attack while he went to the ATM to draw out cash for a taxi. Watched the CCTV to gain some understanding for my own sanity, and it happened so quickly. Coroner said that there would have been nothing I could have done if I was there when he had the heart attack. I'm going to give that a 9. Not for the horror factor, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm putting myself in the perspective of seeing a dead body. Just walking out and the dead body. Now, I had to stop for a second because immediately my poor little warped little brain heard that this person was at the ATM and had a heart attack. And of course, I was thinking of, he went to check his balance and literally had a heart attack. It's not really funny, and I'm being kind of morbid on that one, but I couldn't help myself. I mean, just hearing them say, yep, he just had a heart attack while at the ATM. But it's actually really scary when you think about it. I mean, this poor person just walked out to the ATM and just died. And of course, this poor clerk walks out and almost has a heart attack themselves, seeing the dead body. So that's pretty horrifying. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I worked at the hotel, I had several close calls of seeing people almost die, and that's scary. I think when you work some public settings, it's very difficult to you know. Anyway, it's hard. I'm gonna give that a 9 just because, man. Okay. Oh my god. Some of these stories, they said they were supposed to be horror stories, and some of these are starting to make me kind of chuckle a little bit. Alright. The next story is entitled A Demon from Hell. I'm sorry. I started to get choked there for a second. Was working really late one night during an emergency IT staff. Walking around the office building, most of the lights were off, and it's dead silent. As I'm walking by, this guy suddenly rises out of his cubicle like a demon from hell and stares at me with what seemed like an unnaturally wide eyes. I'm not sure what happened or why he decided to do this, but it turns out he was just working late and we had scared the holy crap out of each other. He didn't know I was going to be there, and I didn't know he was going to be there. So, in a way, we both scared each other. I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. Again, working some of the jobs I've worked, I worked as a loan officer at a bank, and I'm just picturing cubicles. Like, we have like these different little areas, and I picture a coworker just suddenly, just slowly rising up above the cubicle, just staring at you. It's funny and actually kind of scary at the same time. I'm finding myself laughing a little more than I should at that. Just picturing this person up. um, I'm apparently fixing to start getting the monkey shines because I am really struggling not to. Anyway, my autobiography. What? TTHTHBTH 2 for the title. Thank you, Evil. Yes, Minty, dark humor is how we get through life often. I don't think it actually means that we're bad or anything. I think it's just a way of kind of coping through the strange, bizarre, crazy, scary, horrific. So, anyway, we're gonna go to the next story. It cut my finger off. I used to work at an ice cream factory from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Second day on the job, this tenured line leader was trying to unclog a compact cookie dough from the machine. Used her frickin' finger. It chopped off the end when it unclogged and started again because no one stopped it. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not following this story. The woman used her finger to unclog the cookie dough from the ice cream machine. It chopped off the end of her finger. Oh, okay, I get it now. When it started to unclog, it chopped off the end of her finger. Terrible writing. Anyway, back to the story. I'm still fresh and new as helping her out and learning. She jumped off the leader and yells, "It cut my freaking finger off!" I froze in fear. She pushed me aside, grabbed all the paper towels, and booked it to the ER. We found her fingertip in the ice cream catch a few minutes later and had to trash the entire batch and start fresh. Just before my days off, I had to come back in the next day short-handed. No pun intended. Oh, by the way, just to let you guys know, we did find her finger, and when we did, we put it on ice, took it to the ER, and she got it reattached, so no harm, no foul. Okay, right there. That just don't feel like ice cream anymore now. That just is ruined any inkling I wanted of ice cream. That makes me sad. How dare you ruin my ice cream? I wonder if I can find some darker stories. I mean, these would just be horrific stories. And they're short and not really horrific. Give me a sec. I'm trying to find you guys a better one. Alright, let's try this one and see what happens. This one has no title to it, so we're going to get right into it. My time to shine. I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. at a hospital. It's a small hospital that usually has an entire wing closed at time. And a lot of the lights are turned off at night, except for some of the unit lights and the main hallways. That being said, people die there pretty often, as it is a hospital. I was sitting in the ICU watching heart monitors one night when all of a sudden room 10's monitor switched on. Now, there's nobody in room 10, so that kind of spooked me, being that only way to activate it was to be in the room or by me at the desk. Thinking it was the janitor cleaning, I disregarded it and switched it back off. About an hour later, it switched on again. I knew it wasn't the janitor because I had just walked past the room a minute earlier from getting a drink. So this time, I get up to go check it out. I walk down the dark hallway and get to room 10. The door was closed. I could tell the lights were off in the room. I opened the door and nobody was in the room. As I went to turn the monitor off, the door closed behind me. It scared the ever-living crap out of me, and I felt like someone was standing next to me. I turned the monitor off and left the room. I asked my coworkers who'd been there much longer than I, if there had ever been anything weird ever happen to them. Most said no, but 2 of them said they've seen a ghost sitting on the bed in room 10. I don't believe in ghosts because I've never seen one, but I definitely am a little spooked by room 10. Ooh, that one was pretty snazzy. What do you guys think? I'm going to give that one a 10. I'm gonna give that one a 10 because hospitals already are creepy. Working at night's even creepier. Working at night in a hospital's super creepy. The fact that this hospital apparently has sections of it shut off makes it creepier. Around. Only to go into the room, the door slam on you and feel like somebody's there with you. Your coworkers don't know what happened, but they tell you room 10's weird. Yeah, I give it a 10 because that scares me to death. I'm gonna nope myself right out there. That one's Yeah. I like that one. I mean, most of these stories I'm fixing to read are not titled. Alright, let's try this one. So this one is not titled either. So here we go. This isn't my story, but it's my Nan's. She used to work in a hospital as a nurse. She's 83 now, so this was some time ago. The hospital was a geriatric hospital called Barnes Convalescent Home and is now shut down. Anyway, the hospital was reported to be haunted by a gray lady who would be frequently seen by nurses on their shift. They would often hear people walking around upstairs and doors closing and banging, even though there was no one that could get to the floor above because it was locked. This would happen every night. Anyway, my Nan was on the night shift waiting in the reception area, and she went to check on a patient. The patient had passed away, so my Nan left the room. As she turned to leave, she heard the sound of glass smashing, and she turned and saw the window was smashed. She left to get someone to clean it up, and when they came back, the window was fixed, and there was no broken glass, even though she swears that there was glass everywhere. Things used to go missing, and late at night people would be seen wandering corridors, unrecognized and unresponsive to the nurses. There have been other stories reported about this hospital. It's now been turned into a housing estate. So my question is, now that it's a housing estate, would you want to go see this place? I'm going to give this one a 9. Because again, hospital, it's an older hospital. It's a geriatric hospital. People die all the time. There's people wandering corridors, unresponsive and spooky-like. Hey, Chaos Theory, how are you? I don't know. Something about hospital stories are just super creepy. Alright, I think we're going to read 2 more stories, guys. Ooh, here we go. This one's good. Again, it's not titled. So here we go. I'm the night manager of a castle, which also operates as a hotel. I occasionally find the gates open when I do my rounds, which can be worrying, and fuses tend to blow, often which leave you in complete darkness. There was one night, though, at about 3 a.m., when I was walking across the courtyard. I look up to see a woman staring at me from one of the room's windows, which I could have sworn was unoccupied that night. She watched me for about an hour and a half as I collected wood for the fire and did my rounds. When I got back to the reception desk, I found the fire list, which shows us all the guests in the house, but I decided not to look to see if the room was actually occupied. It turns out that room was vacant that night. I've also had other staff members tell me stories about all the ghosts that supposedly hang around. Lucky I've not seen anything else yet. Okay. Hotel, creepy. Check. Working at night. Check, check. Making rounds by yourself. Check, check, check. Seeing a ghost in a window. Check, 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 check. Leaving now. Check, 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 check. I'm not gonna lie. I've worked a couple of hotel jobs, and hotels do have a very creepy vibe. I'm gonna give this one an 8 just because it's creepy, but I mean there could be more to the story. It felt a little eh. Let's see. Let's see if we can find another good one. Ooh! This one as well is untitled. My best friend worked in a morgue during his undergraduate years, studying with the intent to be a doctor. He was working a graveyard one night. I get a phone call with him screaming, shouting about how he was going to quit his job, end his career, and pursue English literature instead. After several minutes of this, he finally calmed down and told me what had happened. It seems that he was at his desk studying, and suddenly the corpse across the room sat up rapidly, and its head turned to him. He ran outside into the parking lot and called me, shouting and pacing around, hyperventilating. Later, he explained that this sometimes happens before the bodies are drained. Their muscles contract, typically in the arms or legs, but sometimes the abdomen muscles or neck muscles will contract, causing a corpse to reanimate, sit straight up. But my question was, what moved the head to look right at him? Well, dang! That's a story to end a live stream. Dang. I'm going to be honest with you. I've heard of corpses, before they're embalmed, having like leg twitches, arm twitches, finger twitches, sometimes sitting up, depending on how violent the contraction is. But I'm sorry, I've never heard of a corpse turning its head to look right at somebody. So either A, he was just really horrified and exaggerated, it scared him, or there was something going on. That might be our first zombie case right there, guys. I'm not gonna lie, that's uber duper creepy. That's the last story for the night, guys. But I am gonna ask you a couple of questions before we end this live stream. We're gonna try to live stream on Mondays and Fridays. I'm Central Standard Time, so like right now it is 8:37 my time. I want to pose a question and ask you guys, what is a good time frame? Is 7 too early? 8 too early? What is like a time frame that you guys are interested in? Because I'm trying to find a happy medium to where I can live stream on Mondays and Fridays, but also make it to where, you guys will be able to show up. I don't want to do it too early and I don't want to do it too late. So I don't know. I do know that I have to do a little bit better advertising live streams. Oh, cool cat, I'm sorry. I know it's like 2 in the morning for you, and I'm so sorry. But I'm so glad that you come. It means a lot to me. You guys are okay with any time? Because I'm not really sure when to live stream. I'm thinking... So it's 9:40 there for your time. I'm thinking I might try to live stream at 7:30 my time. Friday's going to be a little harder because, like, my kids don't have school the next day. I don't have work the next day. So... Not this Friday, but usually on Fridays you do. So I'm thinking about just stick with the 7:30 live stream and just maybe having it to where I can hang out with my kids a little bit later. So I think we're gonna stick with the 7:30 Central Standard Time for me. I know, Todd, I'm just ending, but I've been going now for almost an hour, and I still gotta blow dry my hair and get ready for bed because I'm like uber tired and my head's pounding pretty hard. But this will be up. You can re-listen to it on Friday. Unless something happens, I'm going to live stream 7:30 Central Standard Time, which would be 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Mountain Time and 5:30 Pacific Coast Time, I believe. That's off the top of my head with a migraine, so don't judge me if I got that all wrong. Don't judge me. Just go ahead and remind you guys, don't forget, I will try to every day in the afternoon to upload YouTube shorts, whether it's me reading a creepypasta story, doing a funny story. I'm just going to try to upload you guys something every day. Fingers crossed, we will start this week and next week with a live stream on Monday and Friday. And then the following week, we're going to start uploading videos, which I will have you a review. And I will have you a creepypasta stories, true stories. So we're going to try to have 2 videos, 2 live streams. So that's literally 4 days of actual long videos that you will have, or longer stuff that you will have. And every day a short 1-minute creepypasta, or something funny, or just something from my job. Just something for you guys so we can always have something. As well, on Instagram, I usually try to post a video every day that's different from YouTube. Different. As well as little pictures here and there. And of course, Twitter is usually where I kind of just be funny and goofy and post memes. Because I just like to be, you know, funny, uplifting, crazy, goofy. Whatever it takes to make you smile and feel good, that's what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream, guys, because I'm getting tired and it's late for some of us. But I will go ahead and say this. Please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't, hit the bell icon so you're always in the know. Follow me on social media, because sometimes YouTube does not like to tell you anything, but my social media will. I'm also on Discord. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. You can find me on those. I usually upload something for you guys to know. And I'm going to say it, guys. I want you to stay safe, stay warm, stay hydrated. And as always, I love you. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.